and also visiting professorship in the Art Academy in Stuttgart. And now I understand the connection to, forgot the name now.
Thomas.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. So some of you know him already, I guess, but I'm sure that you don't know what he's going to present here. He has also brought an exhibition with him, so publications of him are laid out here. So later on, I think later on.
Yeah, there are artist books. So I thought it will be a small exhibition of artist books. You can see the.
So then, Turan Aksoy, it's you the
Yeah, in my
viewers.
Yeah, okay.
Whenever you need help.
I will need, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it is always difficult to talk about your own work and yourself, I think. Last time I went to an artist talk in Art Basel, there were 5 artists, quite famous. And none of them was good in speaking, apart from one. Okay, I couldn't decide actually how to start. First, I thought it would be better to bring some of my rubbishes. What I mean by rubbishes, the remains of. Yeah.
It's for the streaming. If you need it for the environment, I can put on something else.
Yes.
Okay. Hocam bir süre elektronik cihaz bağlıyormuşsun.
Senin üstüne.
Bunu boynundan geçirebilirsin hocam.
Yeah.
Özür dilerim. Bunu da cebinizde dolu mu bilmiyorum. Açayım bir saniye ve yerleştirelim. Ya da bu şekilde asabilirsiniz de üzerinize, siz bilirsiniz.
Okay.
Hangisi daha rahat olursa sizin için.
Great. This will be easier, I guess. Yeah. Is it okay?
Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't. What I was saying, I couldn't decide how to start. First, I thought it would be better to bring some of my rubbishes I used. What I was thinking with rubbish, whatever you produce also some rubbish, sketches, remains of some parts of a 3D works, some objects, some notes, whatever. But later on, I changed my mind and I prepared some visuals to show some of my exhibitions, because mostly art viewers come across with artworks in exhibitions. I prepared them, but suddenly I will show them, okay. And I thought it would be better to mention what I am doing right now. There's an exhibition going to be in Wednesday, and I'm going to have a large installation in that exhibition. And I thought it would be meaningful to mention about it. These photographs, let's say, shocking photographs, actually, not mine. They are taken by Coşkun Aral, who is a war photographer from Turkey, and the photographs from all over the world. He, of course, sent these some of the photos to papers, etc. But some of them just not printed anywhere. And we have a collaboration with Coşkun Aral right now, around 10 artists, I think. He gave us around 117 photographs he never used before. And artists who are going to join this exhibition want to produce some artworks related with these photographs. Yeah.
Are these real?
Yeah. They are.
I mean, they are not. Because I see some texts look like
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. It is shocking.
there's no manipulation.
I spent some time looking at these photographs when the gallery sent me the file. So I'm mentioning about how I am working actually. So it turned to be a given topic, right? Because there are photographs and they are really shocking photographs and they are very real. But then I noticed that it's not new, nothing new. There are. Bir farklı dosyaya geçebilir miyiz? Books. Dosya olacak.
Books artist.
Evet. Salvador Dali, Paulo Rego, Dog Woman, Cat Collins, Rape, Paolo Uccello, San Romano War, very well known, Francisco Goya, The Disaster of War, sorry, Leon Gallup, before one, and Picasso's, okay, to come back, and Frida Kahlo, Italy again, Premonition of War, Civil War, actually. Kate Kollwitz refers to peasant war in 14th century, right? Leon Gallup is from South Africa, and Picasso works on Guernica. So during the art history, actually, artists worked on these issues. They produced really shocking images, let's say. There's a very strange similarity with one of the photographs of Coşkun Aral and Cat Kollwitz's Rape, if you noticed that. And I'm sure at least some of you know, Picasso produced hundreds of images to paint Guernica, right? However, he says he doesn't research, he just found. After looking at this, Coşkun Aral's photographs, and of course there are more photographs, books, looking at the photographs and the violence in art history, let's say, it turned to be a research, because I found 12, 13 books completely related with war and violence in art history. Then I decided to look at my own history. Şunu bir açar mısın? Orada bir tane kapalı dosya var.
Başka dosyaymış. Bunlar
İyi.
bu
Ha, okey. Tamam, o kitaptan sonrakiler benimkiler zaten. Doğru mu? Tamam. Şuradan başlayabilir miyiz?
Ben seminer.
Evet. Once I produced 4 pieces of artworks called Recollection of Memories, my memories, related with violence. It was 2011, I guess. It will come back again. And at the end, I'm going to set an installation together with this pieces I produced, the books and Coşkun Aral's photographs together. So my installation turned to be a combination of Coşkun Aral's photographs, the artworks related to war and violence in art history, and my own drawings and small pieces of artworks related with violence again. And when I searched back, I found some drawings from 1996, my own pieces. So I think I'm going to exhibit around 24 or 25 drawings, A4 or A3 sizes. But this photographic images I showed, there are big painting collages. I will show it. It's part of backside of installation. It's going to be a 4-meter long installation. Sorry, I just wanted to come that big paintings. Yeah, these are 4 paintings I produced related with my memory. I think they were 180 centimeters to 135, should be. Okay. So I think I give an impression at least how I work. Then I'm going to show you some exhibitions.
Güzel.
Evet, oradan başla.
Yan tarafta yazı istiyor musun hocam şu an?
İyi olur, evet.
Şu an artık böyle geçmek zorundasınız.
Okay. I'm going to start from the last exhibition I have opened that up. Sorry, I couldn't open that art space because of pandemic. I set the exhibition, but it wasn't possible to open it. It is called Reserved. And I also copy-paste some quotations from other press releases, sometimes exhibition reviews and sometimes interviews. Necmi Sönmez is a famous art critic and curator. He made an interview with me and he says, I can say that these works which are presented as forms, which we feel have a meaning and an explanation, but which do not reveal themselves as narrators, emphasize the feelings of time and space, such as silence, slowness, and isolation. I think this silence, slowness, and isolation comes from me because I think they are quite important for me. Yeah. Nasıl değiştiriyoruz görselleri? Yok, yalnızca görselleri değiştirelim, o kalsın. Şuna mı bakın bir şey?
Bir dakika, bu işte şu an bunlar. Buna bakalım. Hangisi?
Söyle. Ha, bunları tekrar baştan gösterelim. Sen göstermedi. Digital world is so complicated for me, I'm sorry.
Buradan basarsanız da şey yapacak. İsterseniz nasıl görüyor?
Yok, iyi böyle. Gitmiyor mu? Çalış bir şey söyle. Dokunursanız. Şuna bas, genel görüntüyü alalım.
Burada. Hangisini açayım?
Şunu aç.
Tamam.
Okay, oradan gitti, tamam. Okay, this is a general view from the exhibition. The screen is terrible. You are better. I see something really terrible. There were, I think, 12 paintings. Some of them are digital paintings. A small sculpture-like, I call them 3D pieces, because I cannot say sculpture, because the people who trained as a sculptor don't like that kind of things if you are not trained, and I do not. And I produced this 3D laser cut small pieces as well for this exhibition. Okay, let's change it.
Burası dosyayı.
Şunu yukarıya alalım. Simetrik öyle getireyim. Okay.
Böyle tamam.
Evet. Şimdi onların orada bir dosya var. Fotoğraflar.
and comments and statements and writings on your work. And something that stood out to me, as well as you mentioned it's important to you, is the notion of space,
Yeah.
which Lutz Presser pointed out in his text. I wonder if you can maybe tell us a little bit more about your engagement with and sometimes use of actual space. I mean, in your different series of works, you always engage with space in some way, whether it's physical, cerebral, imaginary, psychological. There's always that notion there. I wonder how your relationship with it changes with your use of different materials, because you
I do.
you have paintings, you engage with installations and objects as well. So I wonder how that relationship changes with different materials.
When I have first idea to make an artwork or start to make an artwork, because you cannot be sure if it's really going to be happen. Usually I have an idea, or I have a feeling using a certain size and certain material, because maybe because of the way I lived, I used different materials in my life, not just producing art, just I used them. I am interested cutting, sticking, whatever, that's why when I have an idea to make something, I usually have an idea also to use certain sizes and materials. It, of course, sometimes changes. I several times. It's nothing to do with painting, but several times I tried, start to write a book. I feel, and it turns to be a photography or a book. I bought some books. Please, a small exhibition, 4 or 5, consisting of 4 or 5 books. So that's how it works. About space. Now, when I think the size is important, and the space should be neutral for me. I don't like the context of space. I cannot work with it, I guess, especially if it is politically or whatever is important. I don't think I can work with it. And I was thinking it is about the material is same. For example, I don't think I can use copper or gold. I produced this speaking golden imam, but it's not gold. Just looks like gold. I should think about this. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Also related to the space issue, your these compositions in paint, or also drawing, this is very rigid and repetitive, geometric.
Yeah.
It's not organic or asymmetric. It's very symmetric, orderly, repetitive. Is there any, that is as far as I got the impression?
You may be right. No, not really. It's not easy to explain it to yourself. Yeah. While you produce, you get conscious about your intentions, but mostly you don't want to name it.
I'm sorry, actually, I don't read it symmetric. I read it very anti-symmetric, like nature.
At this one exhibition, this symmetrical, not one here.
I agree about one of them.
But I mean, you expressed neutralization or neutral.
Neutral place, yeah,
And
neutral space, whatever.
That idea actually making the object or drawing or any image acting as a face. I mean, when we face an image, it triggers us to think more about that thing. For example, that flag
Yeah,
thing, it doesn't fit the rule.
it doesn't.
And it is crashed in
That's
the room,
right, yeah.
but it activates either it is straight up or
Yeah.
it is just a trash or it is.
But
It doesn't fit in the image, the idea.
it turns the space politic one.
Yes, but
Yeah, that's-
another imaginary space developing of that neutralization, I guess.
Realize. I just prefer to work in a neutral space. If the space has a context, for example, gold is something rich, right? To wealth. I don't want to work with it. If the space, an exhibition, but you know that somebody killed there. I don't want to work there.
Is it because your work creates all things, like Jim said, and brings to it context that you...
Possibly, I don't know, but yeah.
But I think the flagpole is called Restless? Restless?
The exhibition name is Restless.
Yeah, the positioning of it, it works against the space as well as...
It works as against space, yeah, certainly. Because as I said, it was 14 meter. It is not possible to fit there.
But the floor was black as well.
Unfortunately.
I mean, that created a really interesting...
Yeah, reflection, yeah, I know. But mostly artists are complained about black marble, yeah. And because there's historically important place, the Mısır Apartmanı, so the gallery owner was not allowed to change it.
So did you create the color of the pole knowing the color of the floor?
No, I just got it like that. I did not change the color. Thank you for listening. You cannot imagine how difficult to talk about your works, but I hope I did it. Thank you.
Actually, you should pass by. On the floor.
Yeah, the books.
Maybe you have more questions.
The original handmade art books.
Wear gloves.
That's okay. Yeah, sure. And to be a story, a novel, but it's ended up as an artist book. Unfortunately. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe it's personal to you, so I didn't want to ask it.
Do you remember how you discovered the world around you? Can you hear the beat of life? Can you hear it by seeing it and feeling with all your senses? Hey, can you still hear it? There's something in you, driving you, calling you. Calling you in closer and closer. It's happening right now. Time to free your curiosity that's always in you. Now it's time to act. This is an act of discovery. It requires looking into the world in new ways. Much to answer for, but we're not offering you the answers. We are here to encourage your questions, but more important than the question is how you answer it. Try the ordinary, then try the unusual. To live is learn, and to learn is to live. Live, learn. It's an endless process. This is your path. This is your journey. You decide how it's going to be. Just enjoy every moment of it. We believe in design, keeping it simple but also significant. We believe in art for looking at the world with a unique perspective. We believe in creativity for communicating better with the world. Creativity takes courage. The future belongs to the curious. Come and experience it with us in Aracad and discover your creative potential.